being definitely a dentist, practicing, and obviously working in welfare as well, because I have developed this interest in advocacy over the period of couple of years since I've been studying community welfare. And yeah, I think I look forward to contribute towards Australia and obviously not get lost in this transition.
I think accent is important, but according to me, I think if the people are understanding you, then no need to use the accent. The main thing is people should understand you, what you are saying, what you want to say. That's it.
I've been here 2 years. I have never had any personal attacks on me. I have never had somebody judging me or even making comments about me or this sort of things. I have seen people in dire situation, but I think it's not a racial issue. It's not minority, whatever. It's just people picking on certain groups, and that's just for the sake of being mean. I do not generally think that there is an insecurity issue for international students, especially me being a female international student. I feel very safe, I feel welcome.
Multiculturalism for me would be respect, being sensitive and considerate of people, regardless of where they're from, who they are. Yes, Melbourne is a melting pot of many cultures, and if I had been up in the Himalayas in Sikkim, I wouldn't have met people from all over the world. And Melbourne has done that to me. I've met people from so many different cultures, and so in that way, Melbourne is multicultural. But at the same time, I'll say no, because Melbourne is a very culture-conscious place. I think everybody's, they move in their own groups, and that's what I feel. So yes and no for me.
I noticed here in Australia, it's very equal for male and female. And when I was in my hometown, when I was a little child, my grandparents always saying, "You are a girl, you don't need to study more, you don't need to be too ambitious." Yeah, but now I want to prove. I come to Melbourne, I come to Australia. I found here lady is more important than man, I think. So I'm feeling I'm independent, and even I can work, I can earn little bit money to support myself. It's not much, but it's enough for me. That's what I think. I'm happy I'm changed.
Melbourne has given us an open mind, and it has also given us the option to be who we are. I would say I can be who I am and be proud. Even if I'm a waitress, if I'm waitressing here, I can still be proud of myself, because nobody is ever going to look down on you and look at you and say, "Oh, you're a waitress." That's one of the main positive things that I have experienced in Melbourne.
I'm accepted as I am, but maybe I have to learn how to change a few things to be able to sort of be able to fit in this society. So, like in Kenya, I'd probably know my neighbor, I would know their children, I'd know where they go, where they work, those kind of things. And if they had issues, they would share with us. But here you find that you don't even know your next door neighbor. You probably see them walk the dog or drive off their driveway, but that's all you know. You don't know their names, you don't know anything about them, which I find is really strange.
Australian values and beliefs are really very remarkable. Here, women can work equally as men without the fear of scrutiny, without the fear of getting suppressed. They can say whatever they like, they can do what they want to. Even any person, men or women, can speak out what they feel.
Last month I went to a community center to get a vaccination, 6-month vaccination for my child, and the nurse who was giving vaccination over there, she just refused to give vaccination. She asked me, "Do we have Medicare card?" I said no, and she just refused that we cannot get vaccination. And then I went to the Medicare office, and the lady there told me that vaccination are free for Australian people. Then I again called to that community center, and they said that lady gave you wrong information. The rules are changed. You cannot get vaccination for free. You have to pay for that. Means why we have to pay for that? My child is born here. We are paying tax. Then it's our child right to get vaccination.
Parliament House is quite famous in Melbourne and Victoria, and all the politicians and everybody, important people here. This is also the venue that we had protesting about the concession card. Granted to international students and postgraduate students. So we had a march, and I gave a speech about how did I feel as an international student without access to concession card. How did I feel, like the discrimination, the unfairness, and everything I experienced. I feel more comfortable here. Like in India, I used to feel lots of things like you're not taken as equal as men there. You're not really part of decision-making things, and you can't really do whatever you like to do. Whereas here, I find it better that you can take your own decisions. You can do what you want. You've got freedom.
I think that Australian values, society and cultures, it has motivated me a lot. Comparing to my country, here in Australia, I have seen that men and women are given the equal opportunities, they are given equal rights, and they are even given to express their voices. And moreover, I have seen that women voices are much more heard than the men.
My name is Donna, and I'm from the Philippines, and from the north. Which is called Sagada. I'm an Igorot, in Australia we have the Aboriginals, and in Philippines we have the Igorots, which I'm one of them. I feel comfortable living in Melbourne. I feel accepted. I feel like I belong here because I get along with people, and I like the lifestyle.
And I have realized that I have started using the word Hawaya, which is not the way how we say back home. We always say, how are you? And this is like very fun. How are ya? So exciting and so good. And I was talking to my friends, and suddenly I said the word, oh, you got to be kidding me. And everyone in the class was like, uh-oh, she's getting into it. She's getting the slang.
I think Australian slangs for any migrant who comes here is very important to learn, because then you can use it, you can understand it, and then easily connect with the Australians here. And another thing is, if you don't understand the slangs in Australia, you will definitely get stuck in conversations. Once I have had an incident when I bought something and I gave money to the person and she said ta. I was like, what am I supposed to say now? Because I had no idea that meant thank you.
I find it really interesting, especially on the roadside. They say no standing here at any time. I'm like, okay, of course there's no way I'm going to stand on the road. Why would I want to stand there? And I assume because it's usually for motorists. Why are they saying no standing? Why are they not saying no stopping? I mean, according to me, the correct English should be no stopping here, not no standing at any time. So I find it really confusing because there's no way a person will come and stand there for no reason.